So, Legacy is finally out, and we got some things we need to discuss. So, grab a seat, hear me speak, and watch Iggy do his thing as we dive into Legacy and everything that it encompasses. Is it good? Is it bad? Find out later. It's your boy Trash about to go. Boom, baby! Don't forget to like and subscribe for this and similar content. It's Trash Boat the Goat back with some more Predecessor. And let me start off by saying that I do really like Legacy and I enjoy this map. I am a fan. But I don't love this map. Or rather, I don't really love the pacing of the map. With a map this large, I'm not too sure why, but the game just feels a lot slower. Maybe it's because we were spoiled by nitros, but I don't think that's really the case because I jumped into quick match the other day and it was similar as far as the damage, the output, all that thing, but it didn't feel like I'd take 5 minutes to travel the whole map to get to left lane to right lane. You know, it was very smooth. Still with the same stats that you would have in a regular ranked match. Now obviously a larger map does mean larger travel time, so we're not going to complain about that, but it just feels as if certain characters can't compete and become outclassed or outmatched solely because of the amount of travel time that they have to take. They're slower and not as mobile. Even with the movement speed buff, it still feels like a long road trip to get from mid lane to left lane, or mid lane to right lane, or mid lane to any lane actually. Mid lane to the jungle. Certain places in the jungle, it takes a while to get there. Now the cool thing is that there's a lot of places in this map that have like little pockets and stuff that you can go to and make it a little bit shorter. And that movement speed buff is nice. But like I said, the less mobile characters end up feeling like bad picks solely due to that. The timers as well for like buffs, minions, spawns, death timers and things like that, they seem fair until you realize that one wipe or one death around level 14 could literally take your whole team out the game for an almost entire minute. Okay, now losing a minute on this map is ridiculous and it will cost you a lot because by the time that you respawn, the enemy heroes could literally be 3 levels higher than you. I've seen it happen, I have so many gameplay footages of it, not just me, but like other teammates, you know, or us being so much higher than them. You know, it's crazy. Now that's more of a skill-based assessment because that's solely determined on, you know, whether or not your team does well in team fights or you do well and not die. But like I said, even after a death, it still takes almost a minute to get back to lane. So you've already lost 2 minutes. And then by the time you get back to lane, there's no more wards. You try to ward up, and as you go to ward, the jungle's there to gank you. You know? There's so many issues that could come up with the deaths on this game, more so than any other mode. Even Nitro. Nitro deaths? Cool. Quick matches deaths? Kinda cool. Ranked match deaths? Kinda cool too. A death on Legacy though? Nah, you're out the game. You are so far behind and there's nothing really you can do there, you know? Besides the deaths, the skill gaps become very clear and very abundant. So for somebody who's never played this map before, never even played Paragon, new to Predecessor, whatever it is, you're gonna find yourself at a bigger disadvantage. They have no idea what everything is, don't know how it is, and things like that, you know? It gets to the point where people get very frustrated. That frustration sinks in much deeper and way faster to the point where you have people disconnecting because they can't traverse the map or they get caught up somewhere and then they die and they just die and then they just die and then they just die. And then you got people frustrated because this person doesn't know what they're doing in this lane because they've never played it before. Now, I think that one, again, is just, it's only been out for almost a week, you know? So that's all an adjustment period. But still, the first couple of games that I've played, somebody disconnected within 10-15 minutes because they died like 6 times. We understand that. It happens. It's Predecessor. You're gonna have some good games, you're gonna have some bad games. You're gonna have some games where you never die, and you're gonna have some games where all you did was die. And that's just how it goes. But because it's like newer and it's more randoms and more people are trying it, they're seeing that they don't like it, or they're getting frustrated and they're just disconnecting. That's always going to be a problem, but this map, it seems to bring it out a lot quicker than any other map. Now, what this map actually has done right is the fact that it still really is a beautiful map. It's still really fun, especially for the team fights in the jungle, especially for the big old team fights in the mid lane. All of that is still awesomely fun. I have a great time each time I hop on here when everybody wants to play, not getting frustrated and disconnecting. You know, then it becomes two good teams going at it, and then it just comes down to the final team fight. Boom, it's great. I love that. That is probably the reason why I love Paragon in the first place, because it was always fun getting to that point where you get to that one final team fight. You know, until then though, it's just how it works. Like I said, it's a very beautiful map. There's a lot of cool things in the jungle. There's a lot of cool things to do. The buffs are all nice and everything, although I would like to see the harvesters again. Oh well, it doesn't matter, because that whole mechanic's out the game anyways. Other things that they did right. They made it to where the characters that are more mobile can get around very quickly, very easily, and that's why they're more fun to play on that. Rena, Wukong, for example, both of them can literally get around the map. Rena can literally float from mid lane. If done right, she can float from mid lane to left lane, depending on if you're Dusk or Dawn. So if you're Dawn, I think it's right lane. If you're Dusk, it's left lane. I'm not 100% sure, but she could literally get from mid lane to that just with her floating ability. Wukong could literally just walk across mid lane. That's all cool. That's all fun. That's why I like this map. It's really nice. The fact that it does take a little bit longer and it does require more skill is also cool too. That means you're gonna have to have a little bit of dedication to actually being in that game. And when you're dedicated to being in the game, you have more fun, you have more time to really sit down and set up what you want to do, and you're not gonna make silly mistakes. You're not gonna put yourself in dumb situations. You're gonna play cautiously. You're gonna make sure that you stay alive. That's why I like this map as much as I do. It's really fun. But like I said, that love isn't just there. You know, what we can do to fix this, because I would love to love this map, because I still love this game more than anything. I still love these characters. I'll never not love these characters, but for me to love this map, maybe let's go ahead and take Nitro and put it on this map. You know, leave both maps on there, but make Legacy the Nitro map. Make Legacy that map, because that's fun. If we had the pacing of Nitro on the Legacy map, those games would be insane, for one. For two, it wouldn't feel like I have to wait 30, 40, 50 minutes to win on Legacy, you know, if I have a team that's not that great. And I feel like the pacing would make it a lot more fun, because you're moving faster, you're doing more damage, and everything's coming back quicker. That way, it just doesn't feel like a slog, a long time. Even though it could still feel that way in quick match on, well, technically Legacy would be a quick match. They could maybe, I don't know, add more to what you can start off with, you know. Maybe the gold rate go up a little bit, you know, if we're not going to do the Nitro settings on that. Just tweak some of the other stuff, and then it will be fine. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's really not bad. If you enjoy playing like I do, and if you have a good group of people to play, you're definitely going to have a good time. But if you also don't have that and still enjoy it, then you're going to have rougher times, because you're going to come up with people who don't like to. You're going to have people quit on you, both teams, you know, and it's just going to ruin the game, and you won't feel as satisfied when you win. You got the dub, yeah, whatever. If you didn't do anything, you got a dub. Did you earn that dub? Not really. You won because the other team quit. Is that how you really want to win? Because they quit? You didn't make them quit because some person on your squad made them quit because they didn't like what happened, the first interaction they had. I mean, that's still cool, but it's not fun, you know? But that's my spiel on everything. Like I said, I enjoy this map. I had a good time. If you are also enjoying this map and having a good time, please get in the comments. If you think there's some issues with this game, please get in the comments. If you just like this video, please like this video. Leave a comment saying that you like this video. It doesn't really matter. Just let me know what you guys think, because like I said, I'm having fun, but not everybody else is. So maybe if we go ahead and get it more aware and everything, they'll make it to where everybody can have fun again. And that's the only thing that I want, because I love this game. Anyways, like I said, it's your boy Trash Boat the GOAT. I hope to see you on Legacy, and if you do, just know Iggy's coming for you. It's your boy.